What's that?
So that's cute.
That was cute. Ding dong, hi. What's going on, guys? Hey, so the other day on Instagram, I posted about why aren't you in a mastermind? Got a lot of responses, and really they fell into 3 buckets. So in this video, I want to discuss each one of those 3 hurdles, I guess, in people's minds of why they're not in a mastermind, kind of what my framework was, my mindset was around that before I was in the mastermind, and then what I've seen since getting in the mastermind. So here's the top 3 reasons why people don't join a mastermind and some thoughts to help you get past those. So before we dive into the 3 reasons why people don't join masterminds, let's talk about exactly what is a mastermind first. I've seen people, say, hey, I'm going out to a seminar or an event, and that's a mastermind. It's not necessarily. That's a coaching event. That's a seminar, right? That's exactly what it is. A mastermind, as defined by Napoleon Hill, right, in Think and Grow Rich, is a group of people, could be 2 people or many more people, getting together to share ideas, to share thoughts about progressing their lives forward in business, in relationships, in finances, in health, in any other capacity or pillar of your life, getting together, sharing ideas, sharing insights, sharing experiences, what's worked, what hasn't worked, so that way you can lean on other people's experience and other people's mistakes and not make those same mistakes in your life. It's really the only way that I've been able to find to expedite success in multiple areas of life, right? There's a lot of hard work and everything else that comes with it in any success. The only way to really shorten and abbreviate the time it takes to become really successful in other people's eyes and in your own eyes, I found, is by joining a mastermind group. So let's talk about the top 3 reasons why people don't join masterminds. Let's address each one of them. All right, number 1, I don't have the money, or it's too much of an upfront cost in order to join a mastermind. I know this one very, very well. I remember when I was invited out to my first mastermind in 2014, my buddy Mark called me up. He's like, hey man, I like what you're doing. We weren't really buddies back then, right? But he said, hey, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. You're doing some good things. I think you got a lot of potential. You should plug into a mastermind. I was like, okay, what is it? He defined it, explained it, what that was to me. But it was like a 2-day event, right? It wasn't an annual group or anything like that. It was a one-time, 2-day event. Go sit down in a room with about 15 other entrepreneurs, talk shop, and see if you can kind of hit that next level. He said it was $5,000 to go to that 2-day event. And I remember that made me very uneasy, right? It made me very uneasy. For the first time ever, made 6 figures in 2014, and this is at the end of the year, and he's like, hey, you need to come and invest $5,000 for this 2-day event. But why is the cost so high, right? That was the problem. I was looking at it from a cost perspective. I was looking at it from something that costs money, that takes money out of my pocket, not realizing that it's really an investment, right? If I can go there and I can take a piece of knowledge that I can implement in my business and make more than $5,000 on it, that's a pretty good investment. If I could take a piece of knowledge, implement that in my business, and save more than $5,000 of mistakes, that's a pretty good investment. What if I create a connection, or there's a resource in the room where it allows me to raise capital better, or I can source more deals, or they send me a deal, or maybe I joint venture with somebody, or maybe somebody pays me to coach them on how to do something that I can generate $5,000 from. And I'm thinking just to get my money back. So when I changed my mindset around that, it made it a lot easier pill to swallow for me to go and invest $5,000 for a 2-day event. Now, to be fair, this happened right around the holidays of 2014, and the event was taking place in February of 2015. And I wanted to make sure that it was a write-off in 2014. So on New Year's Eve, I decided I was going to make that payment, but I couldn't do it until I had so many shots in me and so many drinks in me where I got so drunk that I finally PayPal'd him at about 10:30 on New Year's Eve 2014. Fast forward, I go out to the event in the beginning of February of 2015. From the insights in that room, from the people I was sitting around with, many things occurred. First of all, I realized I wasn't alone, right? I wasn't on an island like many entrepreneurs feel like, where finally I could have a conversation with somebody of what it's like to be a business owner and have those risks and have those responsibilities and have that liability on our shoulders at all times and always be thinking about business, not being able to punch the clock and check out. So that was a big deal. But again, the connections, the resources, the relationship capital that occurred from the people I met in that room generated deal flow and money flow, private investors and new opportunities to invest in 2015. And I realized, I got a lot of insights, right? I got my own problems answered, but then there were other questions that other people were asking that I didn't even realize there were problems that I had. And so when I implemented all those things in 2015, the next 10 months, you know what happened to my income? Directly correlated to that mastermind, I tripled my income. I went from making $130,000 in 2014 to $400,000 in 2015, in the next 10 months of 2015, directly related to that mastermind. So, is it a $5,000 expense? Is it a cost? Or is it a $5,000 investment into your future? All right, the second reason why people haven't joined a mastermind or don't join a mastermind is because they haven't found the right one. Well, I get it. I think that's something that's super important because I've seen people who have joined certain masterminds and have had really bad experiences, actually, because of the type of group that it was and because of the leader or who the leader wasn't of that group, the organizer of that group. In order to find a great mastermind, I would say make sure that you're looking at who the leader is, right? I would judge the mastermind by who the organizer is, and I would judge the mastermind by people who are in the organization for a minimum of 3 years. Right? People who sign up for a year, they can be very transactional in what they do. If they've been there for 2 years, if they've been there for 3 years, typically they embody and encompass the culture and the value system of that mastermind. So I would judge a mastermind based on that. The other thing that I would say is ask yourself better questions, right? If you're looking for a mastermind in Dallas, Texas, I would say, real estate mastermind, Dallas, Texas, right? And the more pointed your questions are, the more precise your answer is going to be. It's like looking for a restaurant, right? Hey, I want a sushi restaurant with 5-star reviews that only has $1 or $2 signs in Charleston, South Carolina. Only those restaurants are going to pop up. So really, only those masterminds are going to pop up if you're very precise. If you want a regional mastermind, local mastermind, or a national mastermind, make sure that you check those out. The other thing that I would do is I would ask your friends, right? Ask people that you like, that you respect, that you trust, in whatever the industry is that you're in. If it's e-commerce, if it's cryptocurrency, if it's real estate, or whatever the group is that you want to get into, make sure you're asking people who you respect in that space what they recommend for groups that they could join, right? Like that's going to be probably the best way to find an amazing mastermind to jump into. So reach out to people, ask them, and that's going to be a great way to get good insights from people that you already know, that you already like, that you already trust. If you like them and they like that mastermind, chances are you're going to enjoy that mastermind too. And the third reason people haven't joined a mastermind is because maybe they're new or they don't think they need one. Here's the thing. If you guys are watching this video, there's something about you, there's something inside of you. You're already investing in yourself. So I will say this, you're going to be successful. Not because you're watching me, right? Just because you're investing in yourself, right? You believe in yourself. You're making forward progress in life because you're taking in quality content versus the garbage that's on television. And so you're already going to be successful, right? I know that you will go and have success whether you join a mastermind or not. I would have already been successful whether I joined a mastermind or not. But it would have taken me longer and I would have lost more money. It would have been more expensive by doing it on my own, by trying to figure it out on my own. So you're gonna pay for the education one way or another. You're gonna pay to be part of a group, to be part of a mastermind, in order to plug in to that network, those resources, those relationships, in order to expedite your success, right? And you're gonna pay something for that group. Or you're gonna pay for it in learning costs, in learning expenses, in liabilities, in a tenant that ripped you off, in a contractor that ripped you off, in a business partner that ripped you off, in an attorney who screwed up, in a seller who defrauded you, right? You're gonna learn that way. And I can assure you that way is more expensive and takes a lot longer to have success. If you can lean on other people's experiences and learn from their experiences in addition to your experiences, and you can connect with their connections in addition to your own, think about this. I've been in this business for 15 years, investing in real estate, and in the real estate, longer than that, 16 years in the real estate space, and investing for 12, 13 years now. How long has it taken me to find the best CPAs, the best attorneys, the best contractors, the best resources, the best private money lenders, the best mortgage brokers, the best insurance agents, right? Think about all the bad vendors, all the bad professionals I had to go through in order to find the ones that I have and I'm doing business with right now. You realize if you join a mastermind, you get to lean on somebody's relationship that they have with someone else that may have taken them 10 years to develop. I can remember from that first mastermind that I went out to, I joined that group, which was $30,000 up front per year for that group, which was a big expense, right? That was a quarter of all my income from the year before. But I understood the value, and I understood from that mastermind, I got to expedite relationships with the people who were in that group, with the people that they knew, right? So I was introduced to a private money lender that one of the guys in the group has been doing business with for 10 years prior to me getting in that group. They said, hey, you should meet Tim Bratz. Tim Bratz, you should meet so-and-so. I got connected with that person. He now has $6 million with me, $6 million bucks. First check was $300,000 unsecured for me to just go and flip houses in Cleveland, Ohio, little dumpy turnkey houses, right? The next check was $950,000 for a 130 unit apartment complex. Next one was $600,000 for a 60 unit apartment complex. If I wouldn't have joined that mastermind, I wouldn't have had that relationship that then got me into the first several apartment buildings that took me from here to here. That's the difference. And you can wait, right? If you think that there's some level of success that you need to get to before you can join a mastermind, I'm telling you, there's not. The faster you join a mastermind, the faster you're going to develop that success. This is not a chicken or egg scenario. You don't have success and then join a mastermind. You join a mastermind and then you have massive success, and you're expedited exponentially, right? So make sure you're plugging in, make sure you go find one as soon as you possibly can. The sooner you can get involved, the quicker your learning is going to be, and the earlier on that you are in your journey, that's when all the mistakes are made anyways, right? So that's when you don't want to make mistakes. That's the more important time to go and join a mastermind. So go get plugged into a mastermind ASAP.